I made you a host. Great. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us for this month's Wednesday webinar. I'm Karen Menti, a librarian with the UAGC Library, and we do this once a month on the third Wednesday, usually, of the month, and it's just a chance for us to take a little deep dive into one of our library databases with an expert. And today we have Shana Ashwood Viala. I hope I got that right, Shana. You could correct me.
Got
We've
it
got
right.
Shana here. Perfect. We've got Shana here to walk us through our exciting newly upgraded collection that supports research on topics across all disciplines, Academic Search Ultimate. Before, you might be familiar with Academic Search Complete. Now we have Academic Search Ultimate, and we have access to 13,399 more titles than our previous subscription offered. This collection holds a total of 32,076 active full-text peer-reviewed journals and magazines that support all programs and disciplines across UAGC. So before we get started, I just want to take a moment to thank you, our faculty, for giving us feedback that has advocated for expanding our database collection in this way. Along with continuously monitoring our usage statistics, this kind of feedback from you, our VIPs who know firsthand what your needs are and what your students' needs are, it helps us make the case for this kind of enhancement. So thank you all, and keep that feedback coming to us, please. Now, I just want to welcome Shana again and just say how glad we are to have her here. It's not every day we get to see firsthand how our database has expanded. So she's going to walk us through Academic Search Ultimate and give us a little history about it. But first, I want to just walk you through, I'm going to hand things over actually to Anna Uribe, one of the other librarians at UAGC, to walk us through how to find Academic Search Ultimate in the library. And then we'll hand things over to Shana.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Karen. I'm just going to pull up the library and then share my screen again. All right. Okay, hopefully everyone is seeing the library homepage.
Looks good.
Okay, yay. Okay, so to get to Academic Search Ultimate, we can start by going to the library homepage. And we can go to the Find Articles and More menu. Go ahead and select that option. Let's just go ahead and look at an alphabetical list of our databases. So select the option for databases A to Z. Again, we'll go to this Jump To menu, select A, which is, right at the top. So we can just scroll down here. And here we have the link for Academic Search Ultimate, and that will take us on over to the database. So that's a quick way to get there. I'm not going to make everyone watch it load on my end. Karen, is there any other way you wanted me to show how to navigate there besides just the A to Z?
I think that's perfect. I think it's great to just remind people our Library One Search databases will get you there. It searches most of our databases at once, but sometimes you might want to, search in Academic Search Ultimate itself. And you definitely, if you can follow along with Shana as she takes us through the demo in a little bit, that might be something you want to do. You can try it out for yourself. Thanks so much, Anna.
Sure, excellent. All right,
Take
Shana, do you want
to? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you for inviting me to present this wonderful upgrade for University of Arizona Global Campus. Today we're going to be talking about Academic Search Ultimate. Thank you, Anna, for the walkthrough of how to access. And for anyone out there who is interested in following along, please feel free, if you can, log in through the library's website to access Academic Search Ultimate. I am open to any questions, or if you want to see something demoed, you can either let me know via the chat or by unmuting yourself. So let's get started with a quick overview of the upgrade, and then we'll dive into the live demo. Just to reiterate, my name is Shana. I'm a senior customer training specialist. I live in New York, actually on Long Island as well. Someone had mentioned in the chat that they're from Long Island, North Shore. I'm South Shore, Freeport. So lots in common. I love speaking with accounts who are global. EBSCO is a global company as well. I've got a background in education, but I've been working in education technology for a number of years supporting our clients in North America. So the objectives today are to highlight your subscription upgrade to Academic Search Ultimate. I will also demonstrate searching this essential database in the new EBSCOhost interface. So we have just updated our interface. So we'll highlight some of the features that you can enjoy now with much improved interface. We'll cover basic and advanced search. We'll locate key journals and articles, refine our search results, explore full text viewing options, and employ some of our tools that are available within the interface. And we have a ton of supportive resources available at our support site, which is EBSCO Connect. So let's talk all things Academic Search Ultimate. It's just one of the databases to which you subscribe, but it is a tremendous, mighty database. It is the ultimate multidisciplinary research tool for scholars. This is what everyone searches at university levels. The subjects covered cover everything from anthropology through geography, mathematics, psychology, women's studies, and more. The upgrade from complete to the ultimate version just gives you more of everything. I know that Karen mentioned some numbers. I'm going to go through some numbers in the next few slides, comparing what you used to have to what you now have today. So you used to have the complete version of Academic Search. You now have the ultimate. And in terms of full text journals and magazines, you have about double the number of full text journals and magazines, almost double the number of peer-reviewed journals, double the number of peer-reviewed journals with no embargo, which means no restrictions on releasing the content when it is available by the publisher, and also almost double actually the number of full-text journals indexed in the Web of Science or Scopus. And because you are a global campus, you will appreciate the number of full-text journals by many different countries represented here. We're more than doubling our content for Australia, New Zealand, French-speaking Europe. The numbers really don't lie. If you can take a look at the increased value that you have across the different countries represented here, and we can go on. Nordic countries, South Asia, Spain, Sub-Saharan Africa, and of course the United States. Let's see, we may have a comment in the chat. Oh, and Kira mentions, I'll just read this out loud, that the doubling of access to Academic Search content is particularly significant because this database is one of the most highly used databases in our library and one of the most highly used databases at universities across the US, so and internationally as well. So wonderful resources here. Actually, I went too far. All right, so this next slide talks about the number of full text journals and leading subject-specific indexes. So increasing the amount in Agricola, APA Psych Info, ATLA Religion Database, biological abstracts. ERIC, of course, for education research. So Scopus, Social Sciences, Citation Index, Web of Science. So tons of resources. We also have thousands of essential peer-reviewed journals, including Science from AAAS with no embargo. This is just a sampling. And we also have ahead of print content for many publications. So even before it's released to the public, you'll have access to journals ahead of print. So wonderful options for this new database, Academic Search Ultimate. Also includes more than 75,000 videos from the Associated Press, which will appear in your search results when relevant. Okay. All right, so I would like to talk also about the new user interface that holds this database. So the database is your content. Think about a bookshelf. The interface is the bookshelf, and the databases are the books on top of the shelf. So we've got Academic Search, the mighty database delivered on the bookshelf, which is EBSCOhost. And we have just improved the EBSCOhost user interface. We actually improved all of our user interfaces recently, and EBSCOhost being our flagship interface. We had to improve our user interface to update our platforms and modernize them. They have a huge refresh, improved product navigation, and a better architecture that enables compliance for accessibility and the internationalization or globalization of our products. We do have some primary goals with the new user interface, which I'm going to demonstrate in a moment. Of course, informed by user research and feedback on the classic user interface, it meets accessibility guidelines. That was actually a driving force for the improvements. It wasn't an afterthought. Accessibility was built into the design, and we'll talk about some of those design elements that speak to accessibility in this next slide. So all of our interfaces are responsive for use on your mobile devices. We have simplified the design to reduce cognitive load. You'll find auto-suggest, autocorrect, easy access to quick filters, accessible ebook formats, DRM-free resources, headings and landmarks for screen reader navigation, descriptive text for images and non-text elements, and text-to-speech, not only for HTML articles, but also for PDF full-text articles, as well as the ability to download the audio into an MP3 file. We'll demonstrate a few of those in a moment. We've also updated our full text viewers. They're all responsively designed, and you'll see consistent sharing tools with access to important features like citation help, sharing options, access to exporting, as well as creating folders to organize your research. So we'll demonstrate some of those features as well. We have improved our citations. I believe APA is the citation of choice for UACG. That is available. But you also have the ability to download records in the new and expanded formats that include Microsoft Word, PDF, CSV, BibTeX, Mark 21, and XML. Globalization, as I mentioned, was another important factor in the new user interface. And so 33 languages are supported. End users can make those language preferences in the interface. And we've also improved our text-to-speech tool, so you can also have text read aloud in either HTML or PDF versions. And we have improved our access and sharing options. We have improved Find My Organization, which is an affiliation tool. So if your students happen upon resources in the open web, they can actually locate those resources within your university with that FMO tool. We also have a Passport Chrome browser plugin where if students start their research in Google or on publisher websites or on the open web, it will bring them into their resources with that Passport Chrome browser plugin. That E icon will direct them to your resources within the university. We also have learning LTI tools for the most popular learning management systems. So if you utilize Blackboard or Canvas or D2L, Moodle, or Schoology, we have an LTI tool that allows you to bring our resources, our search boxes into the course experience. Some great things that you'll find with the new user interface. Permalinks are now part of the URL browser. So if you've utilized EBSCOhost in the past, you used to have to find that paperclip icon. Now you can just pull the URL from the browser, and that is a persistent link. And we've also improved our integrations with the most popular cloud options, Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive as well. Let's see. We have some comments in the chat. Okay, so Karen is just saying, thank you for highlighting the accessibility features. Yes, it's been a long and great EBSCO has been a long, great partner to us, making sure we can meet standards of accessibility. And yes, we are working towards WCAG 2.1 AA compliance for accessibility. Last I heard, we are over 90% towards that goal. So it is definitely a priority for the company. All right, and Ted says in the chat, yes, thank you, Shana, for the insights on the work and design and building an accessible, efficient, and responsive and intuitive interface. Thank you, and I'll actually forward some articles about our plans and our progress in meeting the guidelines. I'll share a link to those resources in my follow-up email to everyone. And so with that, I'll stop with the screen graphs here and the slides and go right into the live demo. So I'm going to exit out of this presentation, and I'm going to pull up your version of EBSCOhost, and I follow the same path, logging in with the student login, accessing the library's website, and then accessing Academic Search Complete through the A to Z listing, and that brings me here from a logged in state. So this is the new user interface, and as we can see, searching Academic Search Ultimate. So if you click Academic Search Ultimate from that A to Z listing, it will just load that database. If you click here, you can see that there are other databases that you can select if you want to select multiple databases to search at a time. But today we're going to stick with Academic Search Ultimate. Okay, so I'll exit out of there, just so you know that you have the ability. That is a hyperlink to other resources that you subscribe to through EBSCOhost. So your version of EBSCOhost brings you to this advanced search screen, which provides multiple search boxes to enter keywords. You can also qualify those keywords by selecting a field code. So maybe you're looking for a term within the title of a resource or a subject term. You can combine multiple keywords with your Boolean operators to combine your terms or expand your search to include either or, as well as to exclude your term by using the not operator. So that is how you build your search with keywords here. There are options here as we scroll down on this screen to employ some filters. You can limit your results to full text articles, to peer-reviewed articles. You can limit by particular publication title, by publication date. Maybe you are only interested in articles published or resources published within the last 12 months, 5 years, 10 years. You can also enter a custom range here. There are additional custom limiters for Academic Search Ultimate. So maybe you're interested in researching particular document types. Maybe you're only interested in a biography or a case study. So you can choose these document types to limit your research. So those are the options for Academic Search Ultimate. If you were to change this database, then there will be some custom limiters that may appear here based on the database you're searching. All right, so we're going to get into some other options after I execute a search here, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to start a search. I'll start by entering, I'm looking for articles related to artificial intelligence. Actually, let me refresh. I think I've been stale here. It's not bringing me the auto suggest features here. So I'll try again. There we go. So artificial intelligence, as I start typing, auto-suggest will help me get to the research that much quicker. So I am interested in artificial intelligence or AI. So I'll select that from the suggestions. I am interested in artificial intelligence as it appears in the title of a resource. So I'm going to use that field code, TI. I'm also interested in artificial intelligence as it relates to policy. So I'm going to actually add another term here. And I'll actually select policy or policies or laws or legislation. So now I'm going to combine artificial intelligence and policies, laws, or legislation with that Boolean operator. If I wanted to exclude policy from the search results, I could use the not operator, but I'll go ahead and include that and operator. I don't need to select a field code. This is just optional, so I'll leave this alone. Scrolling down here, I am only interested in full text resources. So I'll go ahead and select the full text limiter. I am interested in maybe articles published within the past 12 months. AI is a more recent topic, so let me go ahead and limit that. Not interested in any other limiters, so I'll go ahead and execute my search by clicking the search box, the blue box on the right, to execute my search. All right, and so notice how my search is built. And I have employed two filters. Full text is one of them. Past 12 months is another. These are our quick filters. On the results page, I can also quickly limit by source type. Maybe I'm only interested in academic journals or magazines. There are more. There's a little hyperlink that shows me. So maybe I'm interested in government documents or conference papers. I'm not going to apply any yet here. These are our quick filters. If I want to access my full complement of filters and facets, I can click the All Filters box right below that search box, that search bar, and doing so will expose the All Filters panel, showing me the active filters I've employed, full text, past 12 months, and apply equivalent subjects is automatically applied for me to make my search smarter. Notice that we have this little lock icon here in the upper right corner. That lets me know that if I were to change my search, my filters that I've employed will remain sticky. Okay, I can remove that by clicking or unlocking the lock icon, but the default is to keep my filters active between searches. As I scroll down, I have my full complement of filters and facets. So I've already employed the publication date limiter to the past 12 months, so I'll go ahead and close that. I can also limit by the subject terms. These are the terms that are indexed within the Academic Search Ultimate database by our indexers. So if I'm interested in taking a look at different facets of AI and policy, I can maybe specify, am I interested in language models or technological innovations? The little brackets to each of these subject terms indicate the number of search results in my set. We see that in the shaded area, there are 685 total in my search results. Within that 685, 85 of them pertain to generative artificial intelligence. I'll go ahead and close the subject, the source terms. There's also subject supplied keywords by authors and abstractors that I can also limit my search results to. I'll go ahead and close that. Scrolling down, I can limit to particular publications. Maybe I'm only interested in articles published in the New York Times or in scientific reports. Keep in mind, all of these options are a result of my search and my search results. Hit counts are displayed to the right. Scrolling down, I can limit by language. Maybe I'm only interested in articles published in English. Notice that there are several optional languages depicted here, and there are additional ones with this 7+ hyperlink. I'm going to limit it to English. And then we have additional facets for geography and industry code. Let me scroll back up to the top to show you how my active filters have been employed. And I'll go ahead and apply to update my search results. All right. And that brings me, actually didn't bring me down. We are still looking at 643. I think I just applied English. So maybe I will apply another one. So let's see. Let's take a look at those subject indexed. We'll take a look at generative AI, which has 82 search results, and we'll go ahead and update. All right, and so that brings me down to those 82. Notice how my all filters indicates how many filters I've employed here. And now I'm limited to those 82 search results sorted by relevance. I can change the sort to the most recently published or the oldest published resources with these options in this relevance drop-down option. To the right of that, we see these 3 dots. I have some search actions. I can create an alert This allows me, if I build a very sophisticated search, this allows me to be alerted when new resources become available in EBSCOhost and Academic Search Ultimate based on my search query. This would require that I log into my personal My EBSCO account. We'll get into that in a little bit. But if I want to be alerted via email whenever new resources become available, I can go ahead and create that alert. And this is a great resource for researchers who are conducting research for a semester and may want to build their research. This alert will inform them of new resources as they become available. All right, so let's take a look at some of our search results. The 82 depicted here, we have some information that we can glean just by browsing through the search result list. This first one indicates that it is from a periodical. We see the title here. We see the abstract, which is a summary of the article. For accessibility purposes, we are limiting the abstract to just 2 lines. If we want to view the full abstract, we can click the Show More link, which will expose the complete summary of the article. I'm going to go ahead and click Show Less to bring that back to 2 lines. The subject headings are depicted here. Those are those terms that are indexed in Academic Search Ultimate, letting me know that this is a relevant resource because of the subject indexing that's occurring here. I could execute a subsequent search on any of these subject terms if I wanted to. They're all hyperlinks that will execute a search. As is the author's names here, if I want to conduct a search on additional articles published by or about these authors, I can click that hyperlink as well. If I wanted to get to the detailed record to view more information about this article, I can click the View Details link, which will bring me to the detailed record, giving me more information. We have access to all the subject terms, the full abstract, as well as the ISN number, accession number as well. We have our options here to view the full text. This one happens to be an online full text or an HTML version, and I can also download this article for offline use with the download feature. Let me go back to the result list and point out a few other things. If I think that by reviewing the information just in the search results, if I feel that this is a relevant resource, I can quickly save it by clicking the little flag icon, and it will save this article temporarily for my session. So as long as I don't log out, shut down, close my browser, I'll have access to this over in my dashboard, which I'll get to in a moment. There are 3 dots to the right of each search result, 2 tools, which quickly give me access to Cite. So even before I access the full text and review this article, if in reviewing the abstract and the details, I know that this is a relevant resource, I can quickly access citation options. I can add to a folder to organize my research. I can share this with a colleague or anyone, if you're a librarian, you want to share this with one of the students, you can click that share tool, and you can also download here. So those are your tools accessible from the result list for all resources. So I'm going to actually save a few of these. And notice every time I save, the little gray box lets me know that this is a temporary session save. If I want to save these forever, as long as University of Arizona Global Campus has a subscription, then me as a user, I'll have access to my saved resources in my personal account. Notice that as we scroll down, let's see, this particular resource happens to be a peer-reviewed article from an academic journal, and there is more than one access option. So the previous ones, it only gave us the full text, online full text version, but this particular one and the next actually both have drop down. So for accessibility, we no longer have the little icons that indicate the different kinds of full text available. We have the drop down option. So let's take a look at this article, Generative AI Requires Broad Labor Policy Considerations. I'm going to click the access options, and I have 2, PDF and online full text. And I'll start with the online full text version of this article by clicking it, and that's going to load the full text of the article, stripped of any formatting and imagery. It's just going to deliver the text. Actually, let me go back to that one. Full text not available, it's saying for that one. So let's go back. I think selected a dud. Let me access this one. So this one should be fine. We'll go to this online full text version. There we go. All right, so now we're taking a look at the full text for this very long title here. And I was trying to pick a shorter title because I'm going to play the text to speech, but that's okay. We can see the online full text version or the HTML version strips the article of the formatting and imagery, just delivering the text. We have some tools in the upper right corner. I can download this article for offline use with a download option. I have the world icon, which allows me to translate this article in one of more than 30 languages depicted here. So I can have it translated to any of the languages depicted. As I scroll down, I'll maybe translate it into French Canadian. This is a Microsoft Gisted or machine translation. So we'll wait for it to be generated. It shouldn't take too long. And so now we're taking a look at this article in French Canadian, translated by Microsoft, as you can see on the right. And we can go quickly back to the original language by clicking the original language tab to the right. And we're back in the English version. Going back up, we have the bulleted icon, which gives me access to the table of contents for this article. So if I want to jump into a different chapter or paragraph within the article, I can do so with the table of contents. All right, let me go ahead and close that. There's a little headphone icon. Let me make sure that I'm sharing my sound here. I'm going to click that headphone icon in the upper right corner. This gives us that read speaker text-to-speech technology. So we have options to play, fast forward, rewind, control the volume, the playback speed. We can disable the automatic scrolling. Here goes the ability to download the audio file into an MP3 with a download feature here. And we can even, for the HTML version of this article, control the word and sentence color. So I'm going to go ahead and click play so you can hear how this read speaker technology reads the article aloud.
The relationship between law and technology, comparing legal responses to creators' rights under copyright law through safe harbor for online intermediaries and generative AI technology. The governance of AI, and now generative AI, is becoming a significant issue of concern for intellectual property.
All right, so I think you get the gist of it. You'll see that the sentence and word color are being highlighted and all of your options are here. So I'm going to go ahead and close this tool. Very cool feature. One thing to note, it will only play aloud in English. So if you were to go to the world icon and translate it into a different language, the text-to-speech does not function for other languages at the present time. We've already saved the item, so you can see that my flag icon is already highlighted or shaded in. We can access the citation feature here with a quote icon. This gives us access to 9 different citation formats. I believe you are utilizing APA 7th edition, so we'll go ahead and select that, and you'll see the citation linked here. You'll definitely want to check the formatting here, but you can copy the citation to your clipboard with the option in the lower left corner of this little window, and then paste it into your research. You can also export the citation using a citation tool of choice, including RIS format, EasyBib, RefWorks, EndNote, and Noodle tools. All right, so let me pause here and see if we have any questions regarding citation or any of the other tools I've displayed. I'll go ahead and close out. All right, so moving on, we've got the project folder. So this allows students to move this article into a subfolder to organize research. So if you're conducting research on AI and policy, you can create a project folder. It does require that you are signed into your personal MyEBSCO account in order to do so. I will show that from a different account. I'm not able to sign into your account since I'm not a student there, but I will show that experience from a logged in state using my demo account in a little bit, but I'll go ahead and close that. And then the share tool gives you access to your cloud options, Google Drive, OneDrive. And this is where you can access that persistent link or permalink. You can copy this and share this, and this will give students direct access to this article. But remember, I mentioned that with a new user interface, the URL in your browser is actually a persistent or permalink. So you just need to copy that browser URL and share that with a student or a colleague as well. And that goes not only for the full text, but even your search results page. Any URL in the browser is a persistent link to that page on your screen. All right, so moving on. Last but not least, we did cover the share tools, did not talk about the email option. You can email this from the share feature as a PDF or online full text when available, just by entering the email address of the recipient. That person, of course, would have to be authenticated in the same way you authenticated in order to access that resource. So there are some protections there. So you'll enter the email address and click send. And last but not least is the print. Everyone gets print, so we'll not demo that. I'm going to use the back arrow in the upper left corner to return to this article. And now I want to show you the PDF version of the same article. Let's take a look at, there goes the article. We are now going to come back to access options, and this time I'll access the PDF version of this article. And so the difference here is that the PDF is going to take a snapshot of the image of the article and the way in which it was published, complete with formatting and imagery. So we're waiting for this to load. If it wants to cooperate. Just try reloading. There we go. All right, so now we're taking a look at the same article, complete with formatting and imagery. It's just like we are looking at it within the journal in which it was published. There are similar tools to the HTML. Of course, the download option for offline use. A new tool available for PDF, which is coming soon, is the ability to conduct a search, a keyword search within a PDF. That's not yet available, but you see that it says coming soon. The text-to-speech feature is similar. It's a little cleaner tool here. Play is available. Fast forward and rewind is now on a scroll. You do have the ability to control the volume, playback speed, and the MP3 download is available. The only thing you can't do within the PDF is control the sentence and word color. You don't have that option there, but it plays just the same. I won't bother to bore you with that. We've already saved it. So once again, the save icon is highlighted. Site, project folder, share tools, and print are all the same. Okay, so those are your two viewing options for full text. Let me pause here and see if we have any questions. All right, so one other thing we can do here, there's a new feature available. At the top of your results list, to the left, you'll see a little tick box. If I click that tick box, it opens up some tools that give me the ability to bulk en masse up to 50 search results at a time. I'll go ahead and select 50. It will select those 50, as we can see, and it does give me a notice that only 50 can be selected at a time currently. We will be improving that to, I think, 25,000 with future releases. But this allows me en masse to bulk download, bulk save, bulk share, and bulk cite those 50 resources I've selected. So that's what that little tick box is at the top of our search results. All right. Questions? All right, so let me clear our search here. I can do that by clicking New Search in the lower left corner, which I will do. And that will bring me back to my landing page on my advanced search screen with cleared information. I do want to talk about some other options for searching. So we conducted a keyword search, all right? We did not talk about publication searching. So if I'm interested in searching at the title level for a publication, not at the article level, but at the title level for a publication, I can conduct a publication search for publications available through Academic Search Complete. And as you noted in the earlier presentation slides, there are many. So we can conduct a publication search by entering a term, a keyword term, and executing the search. We can search alphabetically, match any words, or by subject and description. We can also browse through the A to Z listing of the publications, the titles here. But I'm going to go ahead and execute a search alphabetically. I'm looking for Congressional Digest. So I'm just going to enter Congression, and we'll see what matches come up. So I executed that search, and we see 3 matches available within Academic Search Ultimate. We do have Congressional Digest here at the top of my search results. It lets me know that the PDF version of the articles published in Congressional Digest are available, and there's a hyperlink to the publication details page, so I can get more information about Congressional Digest. It gives me on the publication details page a quick definition of this publication. The publishing information is provided, the ISSN number. So if I wanted to confirm if this is the proper publication I'm looking for, there goes that unique identifier. We have some information here. I have access to full text dating back to 1921, from 1921 to the present. I can access the publisher's URL. It lets me know the frequency of publications per year. And over to the right, we have access to all issues and articles by year dating back to 1921. We can click Show More to go back. I won't scroll all the way to 1921. But if I'm interested in the most recently published issue for Congressional Digest, I can click 2024 for the year, and it will load all of the volumes and issues. The most recent one is for September 2024, volume 103, issue 7. If I click this, it will execute a search on all, oops, you know what? Great teaching moment. I have my filters that are sticky. All right, so let me clear my filters. Remember we mentioned that those filters remain sticky. There goes my lock icon. Let me click clear all here and apply. And there we go. So now I've got all articles published within the Congressional Digest publication. And there are 11 articles published in the September 2024 issue. You can see that those are listed here for Congressional Digest, just to confirm that these are the 11 articles. So this is like, my own journal subscription. So now I can review all articles published in Congressional Digest from that Publications tab on the Advanced Search screen. I can still apply limiters if I want. My quick filters are available, and then my all filters are available here on the right panel. All right, so that's your publication search. I'm going to go ahead and click New Search again. Actually, let me go back to publication search. There was one more thing I wanted to share with you. Back on the Publications tab, it's kept Congressional Digest. In addition to accessing all issues and articles, I also can search within this publication for a particular article from Congressional Digest. So this time I'm going to enter artificial intelligence again. And it should surface all articles published in Congressional Digest related to artificial intelligence. So I'll go ahead and execute that search. Notice how my search is built in the search box for those keywords. Here we go for our search results. Okay, so we've got some articles published in Congressional Digest. This one happens to be from the May 2024 issue. Many articles published about artificial intelligence available from that May issue. All right, so another wonderful way to use that Publications tab on the Advanced Search screen. Moving on, we have subject searching, okay? So we can also search the subject terms as they're indexed in Academic Search Ultimate, all right? Just to level set, let me come back to clearing our search. Everything we conducted earlier on was a keyword search. And when you conduct a keyword search, let me just enter something here. I'll just enter climate change, and we'll click search. When you conduct a keyword search, it is searching for your term in the top layer of metadata, meaning it's looking for climate change in the title in the abstract, in the subject headings, in the publishing information. All right, so that's a keyword search. And it is sorted by relevance, so it should be a relevant search result set. But keep in mind, it's only looking for those keywords in the top layer of metadata. Sometimes that search result set or that search result itself may not be as relevant. So if you want to make sure that the search results are relevant to your term, then you'll want to utilize subject search. So we'll click the subject tab on the advanced search screen. And this is where we can enter our term to search. So let's say I'm, once again, searching Academic Search Ultimate, and I'm interested in researching foreign policy. And now I'm searching foreign policy as a subject heading in Academic Search Ultimate. I can choose relevancy ranked or term begins with. I'll go ahead and execute my subject term search. All right, so we see here that foreign policy is not indexed in Academic Search Ultimate as foreign policy. It's telling me use international relations. That is the term as it's indexed in this particular database. So if I click international relations, I'll get some information about that term. But we also see some other matches. Maybe I'm interested in foreign exchange policy or international economic relations. So these are all subject terms indexed in this database. I'm going to go ahead and click international relations, and it will give me some information about this term. Okay. The preferred term in Academic Search Ultimate is international relations. The broader terms happen to be political science and world history. The narrower terms, these are subterms under international relations. There are many, okay? So this is a great way to refine your search by searching against subject headings. Let me go back a little bit. And I want to point out one particular example here. So let's take a look at international economic relations. To the right, you see the ability to explode this term. I'm going to explain what that means by clicking the preferred term. All right, so we are now on international economic relations. That is the preferred term. And then the narrower terms happen to be our subterms, like commercial policy. If I were to explode that term, it will add all of the narrower terms to my search. So if I click that explode tick box, notice how all the narrower terms as well as the preferred term is now added. I can join those terms by expanding my search with the or, combine it with the and, or exclude. All right. I don't, in this case, want to include all of those terms. Maybe I won't explode it, but maybe I will come back to international economic relations, and maybe I'll also combine that with international trade. All right, and so then I'll combine those terms, add that to my search, and now this builds, actually I need to close that out. I should have cleared that before, so let me control copy, paste, and delete that. And now you see how my search is built based on subject headings. And then I can execute my search if I want. All right. And so now we're taking a look at related articles based on those subject headings. Of course, there are many, so I'll want to employ some filters, okay, to refine my search result set. Any questions there? Let me quickly check chat. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes. I'm gonna actually clear this search. And now what I'd like to do is talk to you about what's happening here on the dashboard. I had conducted a number of searches. I viewed a number of resources. I saved a number of resources. So let's take a look at the dashboard. This dashboard keeps track of my work for the session that I'm in. So once again, as long as I don't close my browser, shut down, log out, I can track my progress. So I can come to the overview, which will give me a snapshot of any resources I've saved, searched, or viewed. So I'll click overview here. And at the top, we see there are no projects. These are folders to organize my research. I'd have to be signed in order to create a project folder. But we can see the resources I've saved. So we saved 3 items. AI policies for lawyers and firms, generative AI large language models. We conducted 7 searches. It's going to give you the first 2. I can click see all to see all searches I've conducted. Let's click see all. And we can see the searches, including the filters we've applied, okay? If I want to execute that search, I can click the hyperlink. So let's see, we may have a question in the chat here. Okay, so Jennifer says that the new dashboard is one of her favorite features. If I change browsers and get pulled away, it saves my searches. Absolutely, the dashboard is nice. Karen says, I love that now in the new interface, we're prompted to sign into our MyEBSCO account, so our searches are saved as we go. I know a lot of students would love this. Absolutely, does save time. So it will keep track of your work in progress. You can execute this search again just by clicking the hyperlink, and it will bring you back into those search results. So we can see how it's reloading. Let's come back over to the overview. Actually, yeah, we'll go into the overview again. Scrolling down, so those are the 7 searches. And then these are the resources that I've viewed. I've viewed 8 of these resources, which I can reopen again, save as well, long term. If I wanted to just come into the dashboard and take a look again at the saved resources, I can click that Save tab, and it will bring me to that Save section. All right, so I have not logged in. Okay, so you can see in the upper right corner, there's the MyEBSCO link, or if you're on the overview, you have the opportunity to create an account here as well. But if we click MyEBSCO in the upper right, it gives you a few benefits for creating a personal account to store your work. You can sign in or create an account with the options within that little window that pops open. But the benefits of creating a personal MyEBSCO account is that it saves your work long term. So if you log out, come back next week, next year, all of your saved resources will be stored in your personal MyEBSCO account. It also gives you the ability to download ebooks, save your research long term. And if you have access to the mobile app, whatever you do on your desktop or laptop will sync to the mobile app, and you can access that information on your phone or tablet. Okay. So I can't demo logging in from your account, but I have pulled up. Let me see if I can show that. I think I may have it on another tab. So let's see. And hopefully I'm still logged in. So I am logged in. So this is my demo account. It does recognize me. It says, you know, MyEBSCO Shana Ashwood. I can now go over to my dashboard, and we can see that it now gives me a welcome back message. I have a number of projects. If I wanted to create a new project folder to organize my research, we have been conducting research on artificial intelligence and policy. So maybe I'm going to create a new project folder for my, let's see, political science course. All right. Maybe I have a project with a due date. Maybe I have something due at the end of the semester, so I'll set a project due date for December 16th, and I can provide a description if I want. I'll go ahead and click Create, and now we can actually see my project. We get a confirmation that my project folder has been created, and I've got that political science project folder with a due date. We have the ability to edit. But now if I wanted to come over to some resources I've saved, and I did a search on the back end just to have some content here. So we have this article that I saved, Algorithms, Artificial Intelligence, and the Law. If I wanted to, I can now add this article to my project folder. So I'll choose that political science folder, add it to that, and I get a little confirmation that that has been saved. So let's quickly check chat. There may be a comment. Okay, so Ted asks, is there an HTML announcement for instructors to inform students on the benefits of establishing an account in terms of project folders?
That's a great question. I don't know if, can you guys hear me? Thank
Yes.
you for the question, Ted. That is something, let me check our HTML offerings, and if there is, we
I could take
definitely
it.
have
Do you want
something
me to take a
about
look,
creating.
Karen?
I'm already pulling it
Oh,
up
you
if
already
you
are.
want.
Okay. You're on it. I love how you multitask all the time, by the way. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to help just in case you
No,
couldn't talk and
we
research at the same time.
Well, I think this is why I love these kinds of questions. And Ted, you're so on the ball about getting us thinking about what HTML announcements are useful in the context of your classes. That's such a good point. We should have one that communicates the benefits of creating a folder. If we don't, I know that we have, I'm going to drop in the chat our collection of HTML announcements right now, and I'm looking to see, I know we have one about using folders in the library. We also have one that's directing students to the new interface as well. So I will find that and drop both of those. Here's one about creating a folder in the library. I'm not sure that this has been updated yet with the new interface though, but let me find the one that we have about the new library one search that talks about creating a folder in EBSCO, and I'll share that link in the chat. Thank you.
And we do have some resources available on our support site. So that might be a great segue for me to show you all the resources you have on EBSCO Connect. And I think we have an article about creating project folders that you can include with your announcement. So let me quickly go into EBSCO Connect. And this is a great URL for you to remember, connect.ebsco.com. I'm going to just, in this search box here, type in project folders and see what comes up. This is our knowledge base of all things EBSCO. So some suggestions will be presented, but I'm just going to go ahead and execute my search and let's see what we have in terms of information that you can share with your students. And so an article, creating project folders in the new interface. All right, so let's take a look and see what that is about. And it provides step-by-step instructions for creating folders, okay? So that may, assist you in informing your students on how to do so. Let's see, we've got some questions in chat. Oh, I think Karen just entered an HTML announcement about the new Library One search interface. Yes, which is our other user interface, Discovery, which is another wonderful interface for searching across all of your library subscription, not just your EBSCO resources. So similar experience. My EBSCO folder works within that one search as well within specific database searching. Well, thank you, everyone. I think we are at time. I want to be respectful of your time. I know you're all busy. Any last minute questions before we end the session today? You're welcome, Ted. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Susan.
This was wonderful. Thank you so much, Dana,
You're
for being
welcome.
here with us. You just really expanded our knowledge of everything that not only academic Search Ultimate has to offer, but just it's great to see the new interface in action from an expert. So thank you for sharing with us today.
Absolutely. And I will send a few of the follow-up articles to you, Karen, to share out with everyone. All right.
I would love to, and I'll send the recording out as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone.